What's up, my fruit and veggie lovers? This is Kuba, and I'm here with Luca, aka Plant Based Luca. Well, how about you introduce yourself? Tell the people a bit about yourself and what you're all about.
Thank you, Kuba, for having me. Hello, everyone.
My pleasure.
My name is Luca. I'm a vegan weight loss coach. I help millennials to start losing like 15 pounds a month faster, and also to never diet again after that. That's what I do, yeah.
Okay. So you're all about helping people lose weight and shed fat and...
Yes, but not in a restrictive diet kind of way, but more like a lifestyle change so that they can keep this forever and don't have to diet ever again.
Okay, I really like that because a lot of times people think to lose weight you have to restrict calories and you have to deprive yourself of food and you have to suffer. So I'd love to hear more about that when we talk today. So how about you tell the people a little bit about yourself, your story, and how you got to doing what you're doing now?
Okay. I started, my story kind of started when I was 16, when I went vegan in the summer, and I have been vegetarian for a lot of years before, I think since I'm 10 years old. And when I was 16, I found out about the other animal industries, and that made me an ethical vegan. And a few years later, I found an academy online, and at this academy, you can study the nutrition of a vegan diet, and also based on that coach other people to go vegan, and especially to practice a healthy vegan diet. And this made me how can I say, it shifted in my head, because when I went vegan at 16, I had no idea about the vegan diet, and I was pretty much very alone because my parents were 0% interested in what I'm doing. So I was very, very unhealthy. I was very, very thin and undernourished for a lot of years. And then I found this academy online, and I learned a lot about nutrition. And then I practiced that, and I found out how that beans exist and that you can eat them. But before, I had no idea that these are very important for some kind of vegan diet, whatever. So then I included a lot of other foods. Before, we live in Germany. I live in Germany, so I had a lot of bread with vegetables. This was my diet, not very wholesome or nourishing. As I said, just because people around me didn't really help me to find out what is a good vegan diet. And then I found out and included other foods like legumes and nuts and seeds, and just other vegan foods. And then I gained a lot of weight because I not only ate I ate high everything, a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of proteins, a lot of fats, a lot of everything, because I finally knew what what foods exist and I can include. And so I overdid on everything, and I gained a lot of weight. And a few years later, I realized something, because I actually realized it in a phase when I saw like other people my age going out a lot, having fun a lot, and I wasn't like that. And I was thinking about like, why is that? Why don't I have like love interests or whatever, like going out and everything? And I just realized that I feel so uncomfortable in how big my body became. And then I like try to be okay with this body because it's just a body and I am more than just my body, but I like couldn't. And then I tried to find a way how I can like lose the weight again and be like happier, not like so small like before, but like just slim and a little leaner. And then I found the high carb low fat diet, and that we actually don't need so much protein and fats on a daily basis.
The high carbohydrate diet?
Yeah. Yeah. And at the same time, like the low fat diet. Yeah. And then I practiced that and tried to find out more about like how much to eat of what foods. And then I lost a lot of weight again, and now I'm teaching other people my age how to do this. Yeah.
So
that's pretty much it.
The high carb, the high carb and low fat, you realize is a sustainable solution.
Yes, because it not just made me lose weight and feel comfortable again, but also like my digestion is so much better. It was so not good before when I was like bigger, overweight, and now it's so much better. And I feel like this inner like calmness and peace, and I'm like kinder to myself and to other people, and I want to be with other people. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting, because you mentioned that you weren't comfortable with your weight and how you looked and felt, and you didn't feel like going out with people, and you didn't feel like connecting with people and doing things, and you were keeping to yourself. But then now you're saying you have like, you feel better about yourself, you're kinder to yourself and to others. Do you think like that's just because now you look the way you wanted to look, or is it something to do with like how you feel? Like, did you change how you feel as well? Like now, are you comfortable to go out to people because of how you look, or is it because of how you feel, or is it because of both?
I think it is somehow of both things. But like I realized that people don't like you for your body, but for your mind and how kind you are or whatever. But it just was like that. I don't know how to explain. I just feel like on my inner self that I don't overdo these macronutrients anymore, and also I'm not so focused on food anymore. So I have more. I'm more chill, and that makes me like a better person or whatever. I just realized that I feel like in peace with myself more or at all now. Yeah, it's hard to explain actually.
But it's like an inner transformation that you went through, it seems like.
Yes, I also feel like since I'm not eating so much fat and protein anymore, that my digestive system is like cleaner, and that makes like the digestive system and the brain are connected to each other.
Definitely.
And if one of them feels bad, the other one feels bad too. And I just realized that this is actually like kind of true, at least for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true for everyone. I think it's a physiological thing. Like we feed our gut, and that's like the blood goes to our brain, and it's like
Mm,
it's so connected. And I know from myself, like I could feel the difference when my gut is clean, when my food is digesting properly. I'm not like bogged down by too much fat or too much cooked food or just too much
mm,
food or bad combinations of food. If
yeah.
if everything's running smooth, my mind is sharper and I'm more happy and joyful and at peace with myself just naturally. So it's like not just like a physical thing, it's like the way we eat affects our psychological, like how we think and how we feel about ourselves emotionally. So I definitely feel a big difference with that. And I
Yeah.
think food is so connected to the brain.
Mm,
Yeah, so what would you tell people out there who are struggling with where you were maybe before? So they're either like maybe too skinny and undernourished because they're not feeding themselves properly, or they're overweight and they're eating too much and they don't feel good about themselves and they feel like they're going through that struggle. Like how do they get out of that?
mm. So these are very different situations, but for both situations, I would recommend like having this realization that something is wrong and something has to change. And I can promise you that this cannot be fixed by a few changes because it's like a lifestyle change. Um, because our diet is so powerful and it can actually change a lot in our life, no matter what we want to do with it. And this affects our whole lifestyle. Um, so yeah, prepare yourself for that. And if you want to be more nourished and maybe gain some weight, it can be very, very helpful to find people online on Instagram or TikTok or wherever on YouTube, people who have the same story or people who do the same right now. That also makes you find a community with other people who want to gain weight in a healthy way. And there you can like connect with other people, find out what is working, and at the same time, don't do the same things other people online do. Like every what I eat in a day video is an inspiration for you. So you can take some things out of it and maybe it works for you, maybe not, and try different things out. It takes some time to find out what is really working, but if you don't spend so much time, then get actual help. There are a lot of creators online who are happy to help you, and the same goes for people who want to lose weight. There are also a lot of creators online who are very happy to help you, and also find these creators online and connect with other people who have been where you are right now and take some inspiration from these pages and find out what is working for you. And if you're really, really stuck and you have no one around you, then get actual help. It's always okay to ask for help. It's never like asking for help does not mean that you're weak, because it's actually, to me, it's very, very like kind of strong to ask for help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we all could use help in different areas of our lives. So asking
Yeah,
for
we
help
don't
somewhere
have to
where you
do.
need it is like that's what you have to do to get actual help.
Mm,
Asking someone else who's doing better in that area, who's already been through the same struggle and has come to the other side, like has, in this case, has lost the weight or has reach that level of comfortable weight and feeling good in their bodies, where they can help you, so you don't have to go through the same struggle for that same long time. You know, you can you can shorten your struggle by getting help.
Yeah, I mean, I also try to find the right answers for, I don't know, 1 or 2 years or even longer, until I found out what is working. And then with that information, I actually had to work on it. So it took me, I don't know, 3 years to finally lose that weight, just because I didn't ask for help. I could have, but I wanted to find out, and it took so long. So, yeah.
You can shorten the time. And you help people, right? So make sure you guys check out Luca. I guess on YouTube, you're doing a little bit there, but you're mainly on Instagram at Plant Based Luca.
Yeah. You can also get the free ebook. I put all the information together, which I found out is really helpful. So you don't have to spend 1 to 2 years to find this information. I can shorten that for you.
And the ebook, what's the ebook called?
The 4 Secrets for Weight Loss.
Okay, cool. So oh, you have 4 secrets, eh? I was gonna ask you, what if you tell the people 3 practical tips like that you think are really important so they can start their weight loss journey?
The first tip I would give is to reduce or eliminate every processed fat you have in your kitchen, like oils, butters, creams. Yeah, that's the main things. Like decrease the amount you're using on a daily basis, if any. They are not really helpful. They are very, very processed, and it just they are so processed. There's no fiber in it, and our digestive system is a system that thrives on fiber, and a food that has no fiber, it does not do any good to us. So yes, it tastes good, but once you didn't have it for multiple weeks, you won't even remember how it tastes. So get over it. It's possible. You can cook without oil and butter. And for fat sources, then include some nut butters here and there, but don't overdo it, because they are also very high fat. But like, fats are essential, but not too much. Like, yeah, the modern society overdoes the fats a little bit too much, actually. Yeah, eliminate the oils, get them out of your kitchen, or give them to someone else. I don't know. And the second one would be to include more fruits in general, like fresh fruits. Include fruits you already enjoy a lot, and make fruit bowls. Start your days with fruits. If you have like sugar cravings, always reach out for fruits. Buy a lot of fruits and have them around you, because what you have around you, you will actually eat. And yeah, include more fruits. When you make dinner, snack on some fruits, so you won't have too bad sugar cravings after your dinner.
Yeah, my followers already know that I'm always promoting fruit, so I'm glad to have someone else on here promoting fruit. Because fruit is just such a satisfying food source. It's so hydrating. It has all the minerals and nutrients. It has the oxygen. It has the sunlight energy in there. It's just like one of the most natural, healthy foods that can really satisfy you. Like, just prepared from nature as it is. You don't have to cook it. You don't have to prepare it usually.
Yeah, they are so simple, but I don't know, I feel like magic is happening when I eat fruits.
It is
And
magic.
yeah. Yeah. So include more fruits. And if you don't like fruits, like a whole fruit, then you can make a smoothie out of it. I mean, most of the fiber gets broken down, but better have a smoothie than no fruit at all. So start there. The last one would be and get information about the 5 food groups of the vegan diet. And
what food groups?
the 5 food
5.
groups.
Okay.
Yeah. Like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. And these are like the 5 food groups of a whole food vegan diet. It is, I don't know if it's official, but like in my academy, they have been teaching around this. And this is like the base, not just for a vegan diet, but also to me it makes like in general it makes a lot of sense when we want to lose weight, because it's literally based on fruits and vegetables. And after that you can include more, like some whole grains and legumes and a little bit of nuts and seeds, and that's it basically. Yeah, very, very simple. So get information about them and make your diet consist of this about like 70 to 90% at all times. And the other percent, like, I don't know, have some junk food sometimes, but don't make it like on a daily basis or whatever. But yeah.
So it sounds like whole foods is very important.
Yes.
So was whole foods a big part of your like when you first said you switched your diet, but then you gained a bunch of weight because you were eating a lot? Was that still whole foods based, or were you still eating like a lot of processed foods? And
yeah, it was whole food based, but it just have been too much like processed protein sources, and so processed fats, like a lot of nut butters. I put it on everywhere, and just like me putting a lot of this everywhere and all the time and snacking on it all the time made me gain so much weight. And this was actually crazy to me when I saw this. I was like, what? Peanut butter is healthy. Why do I gain so much weight? Yeah, like it's a really high fat product. So it's good, of course, but having like, I don't know how much every day is not really helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, nut butters are really delicious. I used to have them more earlier on my journey. I kind of forgot about them. I haven't had it in a while. But I do know like when I eat too much, I would feel like more sluggish and more brain fog as well. Like we said, the gut and the brain connected. I would feel like sluggish, but also like I don't want to do as much. I'm more lazy. I don't want to go out to people as much. And then I would stop it and I would feel like lighter and more energetic, like within a day or two sometimes.
Yes, I feel that too. I forget about them too, and then I remember them. Like sometimes, like a lot of times, I make hummus for my friends and family, and for that you need like tahini, like the sesame butter, whatever.
Yeah, you
And
reminded
then
me.
I
I have
remember
tahini
them.
in my fridge. I
Yeah,
should
it's
eat
so
it now.
good. Yes, but I feel this like when I snack too much on this, like I tried it out earlier in my journey. Like, what if I snack in between? And then I felt like, oh, my body was telling me instantly, like, let's not do this for a few days. We had enough of it. Like, once my body knew how much is enough, my body tells me when it's too much.
Yeah, so what's a practical tip for someone that is like addicted to nut butters or fat sources because it tastes so good, it's so addicting? Like, how do they transition from that addiction to not include it as much?
Yeah, this is a good question. Um, like I have been there too, and the first thing that works really well for a lot of people is like the realization, like knowing why this is not too good or not helpful, and then actually taking a piece of paper and a pen and writing down, like, I don't want to have this food anymore because blah blah blah, and so on. Like having some reasons, like not just because someone on Instagram said nut butters are unhealthy, um, but you don't know why, and you don't know why you should do it. That doesn't like is really helpful if you don't know why we shouldn't do it. So having reasons for yourself, why you don't want to have these foods anymore. And then if you want, you can do this from one day to the other, like saying, okay, I just have a little bit of nut butter for my dinner. This is what I teach to my clients, and it works really, really well. But if this sounds too extreme, like too restrictive, it's okay. Just decrease the amount slowly. And if you use it, then have it with high fiber foods, like vegetables or fruits, and then you will fill up on the fiber, and so you don't need too much nut butter anymore, but you still taste it.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point.
Yeah, this
Okay,
actually
cool.
works. Yeah.
Just like that fiber, having more of the fruit fiber will make you have less of the nut butter, but you'll still enjoy some of the taste. So it's kind of like you're weaning off of it. You're getting off of it slowly.
Yeah.
You don't recommend just someone cold turkey stopping.
Yeah. I mean, if you are like motivated enough, you can do it, but it's also very dangerous because when you like put this like danger label on it, you are like, this is what happens to kids when you put sweets away. It becomes interesting, and then you will binge on it one day probably, and this is also not very helpful. Yeah, so better decrease slowly, or if you think it would work for you, then just cut it off completely. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
different.
I like the slow approach myself. I'm more that kind of personality where I'd rather like transition off slowly and maybe still have some of it, but not overdo it. As opposed to being like, I can't ever touch it, because then one day I might want it and then have too much that day, you know? So I'd rather have a balance.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'll ask you one more question. What would you tell someone who's feeling like these are all good tips? They would love to do it, but they just feel stuck in their situation. They feel like they've been in this position maybe for years. They can't lose the weight. They don't feel motivated. They don't want to go out to their friends. They feel like they're stuck. And even when they try things, they come back to the same old routine. How to get out of that rut?
Yeah, this is very, very good question. First of all, you are not alone in this. A lot of people are actually stuck in this, and like sometimes we feel so alone in one situation, but there are actually a lot of other people who are feeling the same. So it's good to try to reach out to them, like to find them in any way. That's a good thing why we have social media for, to find other people who are struggling too right now. And then also have a look like around you, like your friends and family, or just some people you're close with. Did you tell them how you feel? If yes, do they support you or not? Are they trying to help you, or I mean, they don't have to, because maybe they are just not in the position to like help you in a way that they are not like a nutritionist or whatever. And if they don't support you, that could be a reason why people are stuck. Because like if people say, I want to eat healthier, or I want to eat vegan, and they have friends who are saying, you're stupid, just have this food with us, and they're not very supportive of it and let you like feel stupid or dumb. That's also not very helpful. So that's also good to find some people like you online. And then if you really don't know how to start or where to start, then maybe there's a lot of free stuff online that you can watch and download. I know a lot of creators online who have free ebooks about weight loss. I have one too, as I said before, but there are a lot of other stuff. So have a look in like different stuff, what can help you, because you are individual and not everything has to work for everyone. And maybe you will find one creator who can actually help you, one coach who is like who you feel like somehow like good with, and then this person can help you out of it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you gave some really good tips, and I think the whole foods is a really good thing to focus on, and then putting our fat lower is a really important key. But one of the biggest key takeaways I'd say from this whole talk is having support. Like having support, whether that's through a community or a coach, or even just your loved ones around you, making sure you communicate what you're going through and seeing if they're there to support you, or if you need to find a different community or find someone else who will support you, even if it's online. Because that's like so key, because changing your lifestyle to a whole foods, plant-based diet is so different than what most people are doing, especially in our immediate lives, that it's just like, you know, food is a huge thing. We sit around the table and we eat together and we share this food together. So it's like a huge deal in our society, because we eat 3 times a day sometimes. So if you're feeling like so isolated in that, you could feel like you're really alone, and it's just like hard to get help. So that's why it's like support is so important. That's why for me it was important going to fruit festivals, so I could find my own community. I started like Luca, like you said, online. I started following the influencers who are living like a raw fruit and vegetable-based lifestyle, who have the results that I want, and I just started like learning from them, downloading the free stuff, going through their video courses and just learning. And then eventually I made it to the festival where some of them go, and just connecting with these people in real life. I hired a coach. I hired John Rose to help me through a juice fast back in 2017. And then that just like that, those steps really helped me to transform and to live a lifestyle where I can like own it now, where I'm in control of what I put in my body, how I want to live. And I've also like set up myself up to be away from the people who I feel maybe don't support me. Like my buddies would make fun of me too for my diet, you know. But then after the years, now they're asking me for advice and stuff. Now they take me serious because I've kept it up for so long, you know. But I had to like get away from them and find another community to strengthen myself. And now I could be on my own and do my lifestyle wherever I am, in my own way. Like I'm not about perfection either, but I know that focusing on whole foods and fruits is where I feel best. So
yeah, so cool.
Yeah, so how can people find you? Where should they follow you and connect with you?
You can connect the best on Instagram, on it Plant Based Luca. And also, yes, I mean on YouTube, but I don't have any videos yet, but stay tuned, there's stuff planned. So there's stuff coming. Yeah. If you have any questions about what we talked, you can feel free to send me a message on Instagram.
Okay, cool. I'll link your Instagram below and your YouTube as well. Maybe you could put this on your YouTube. I can share with you the recording.
Yes.
Could be your
We
first
are
video.
there's also like a Facebook group where other people like joined the slim down concept, and there you can also connect with other people who are like stuck at where they are and trying to transform. I can send you the link if you send me a message.
Yeah, cool. The slim down concept.
Yeah.
So wait, did you say you want me to share that link below, or you want people to message you for that?
No, you can message me and I will send the link to people if they
Okay.
want to join the Facebook group. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'll just link your Instagram and your YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Luca.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. It was cool having you here, and I think you shared some nice insight. So make sure to connect with Luca from the links in the description, and I will see you next time. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye.